Hello, welcome to episode 2 of Lunch with Frank. I just wanted to do a little bit of intro just because the audio cut off in the beginning, so I just wanted to introduce this episode 2 of Lunch with Frank. Enjoy the episode, guys. Thank you. I had so much fun doing the live stream yesterday that I figured, why not do another one today? I got some time, I'm going to have lunch. So if you hear me eating, I'm literally having lunch. So just a little thing I wanted to bring up today is my friend Stuart does a whole thing about 101 movies that you should watch. And he uploaded the latest episode today, and that is the Jonathan Taylor Thomas classic, I'll Be Home for Christmas. He uploaded that today. It's about a 10-minute long video. It's fantastic. I really liked it, and I'm glad he didn't hate it. He didn't really like it, but he didn't hate it, so I enjoyed that, so that's good. So if you have time to check it out, his YouTube channel is called Stuart Schuster, and there's all the 101 movies there to watch, so he's reviewed like a lot of movies for me, or the movies I gave him to watch, so there's that. And it reminded me of an idea that I had a couple of years ago. I think it's when that movie Gemini Man came out, so hang on, I'm going to eat my Jello real quick. Hello! Mr. Jackpots. So a few years ago when Gemini Man came out, I've read that there was several attempts to make it in the past. Like they wanted to have like Chris O'Donnell with Harrison Ford or something like that. That's just one of the ideas. And then they ended up making that movie with Will Smith and himself, because now you can do the technology. But I was thinking, if I had a time machine and can go back, I use my Jello here. If I had a time machine and can go back, I'd want to do one with Jonathan Taylor Thomas and Val Kilmer. Now, how does that sound? That sounds pretty cool, right? Where Jonathan Taylor Thomas, he's training, he's being like the super soldier, and then he's got to go kill the guy, and then he finds out it's Val Kilmer. Because they had that similar look, That'd been so cool. So if I had a time machine, I'd be like, Hollywood, listen to me. This is a great idea. We're going to do Gemini Man with Jonathan Taylor Thomas and Val Kilmer. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be badass. That's what I would do with my time machine. What was another movie I'd want to do with a time machine? I remember there was something else, like getting a certain actor at a certain time and be like, man, that'd be amazing. I heard what? Could have been my Batman thing. It would be Val goes to kill and finds out Jonathan though. Yeah, no. You gotta have the kid. I think I would do it the reverse way, but I see what you mean, because it would have to be the kid trying to, find out it's his younger self. I don't know. I think it'd be cooler if it was he finds out it's the old man, right? Because in the beginning you'd have like the fish out of water where the guy's training, kid. I don't know, but it could be the old man finding out the young assassin. I would do it the other way. Let's see. What else can I talk about without choking on my Jello? That's hilarious. Oh my lord. So, what are we on? What Let It Go wasn't written for Frozen. Marvel What If scenario. I don't know what that means. Honestly, I thought the way out there was no, but I'm not sure. I never saw it. LOL. Yeah, I never saw Gemini Man. I didn't care to see it. It just seemed like a Will Smith ego project. Okay, now, so this is a little rant I can go on. This is a little good topic to go on. I feel like Will Smith's career has totally been driven by ego. And that's why I've never been interested in his movies. And the movies that I do like of his, Independence Day, Men in Black, those work because of the people around him. Like, Independence Day is totally Jeff Goldblum and Bill Pullman and the whole rest of the cast. It's fantastic. And he's just like a little part of it, He's not the lead. He's like, my God, he's like a third tier character in the movie. And then there's also Men in Black, but that's mostly a Tommy Lee Jones performance, in my opinion. I know people are like, oh, it's the Will Smith movie. It's like, yeah, kind of, but I feel like it's more of a Tommy Lee Jones sort of thing, like him kind of, doing his shtick. Will Smith is also good into it, although it has been a while since I've watched it, so I could be wrong. But like his whole career has been mostly like ego, like he's playing Muhammad Ali, or he did Concussion to say like, hey, I can be a serious actor, or then like it's like nepotism with his After Earth. where it's just like him and his family, and like we're good, we're awesome, we can make our own movies. And then what was the other one? Hitch, where he's like, I'm the best there is, and like I Robot, and then even like gets even more ego. Like I can drive a movie by myself. I don't need anybody else. With I Am Legend, you know. So that's just my opinion. I feel like his whole career has been driven by ego, and I don't support that. You know, it's not fun to watch someone bragging or saying like, oh, I can do this, I can do that. I think Pursuit of Happiness was legitimate. I'll say that. I think that was a legitimate movie he wanted to do in performance, but I feel like everything after that was like, I want to become a serious actor, and it's like, no, you need like a new person to help you pick your projects, you know, like do something fresh. Like I feel like his YouTube channel is sort of a call for help. Like he's trying to, you know, connect with a younger audience. And the same thing with, what was that other movie he did recently? Oh God, where it was just like, what are you doing? Oh yeah, Suicide Squad. I can't believe that left my brain. Yeah, it was just like it just seemed like an older actor saying, I gotta jump on this the superhero thing, but I don't want to become a superhero. And because he was also Hancock. Remember Hancock? Weren't they supposed to make a sequel? I don't know. Let's see what the comments say. What's going on out there? Who's listening? Is there anybody listening? Haha. Oh, look, there we go. Professional human, real human being. Luke Coons is an author, writer, Twitter artist, and now a professional toy photographer on Instagram. So yeah, check him out. It's called Explore with Luke. I think that's his Instagram thing. And the other one is to boldly show, as in to like boldly show my collection. That Luke Coons, he's the greatest. Yeah, he's Luke Coons is a Twitter artist, and he's a professional human. Let's see, Stinky Young Audience is Hancock, co-written by Vince Gilligan. Wow, I did not know that. So, for those showing up, I'm trying to have lunch here during my lunch break, but I kind of choked and almost died from someone saying, no, Val Kilmer would have been the one going after Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Wouldn't that have been amazing? You know, Frank Ireland died today, and he died on choking on Jello. Bill Cosby done me in. What's another thing I could talk about? What's another cool subject, other than Will Smith and his ego? That Michael Fassbender, we kind of touched on him in yesterday's stream. Oh yeah, by the way, so I'll be uploading that stream at some point. I just got to edit out a few things. There's like some things I say, I'm like, I could take that out. But I also want to design like a thumbnail. And that will be uploaded to my backup channel. I Want My TV Now. That's where I upload my toy reviews and podcast. I don't know if you guys have checked out my podcast. It's YouTube exclusive. Because I don't have enough confidence to pay for a podcast, you know, like service. I don't have the confidence yet because we've only done like maybe 3 or 4 episodes, and they're all pretty decent. I don't hate them. It's just like I don't have the confidence that, you know, that'll be like a consistent show, because it definitely is not a consistent show. It's one of those things where I got to find time to record, and usually they go on forever, and then when we record our episodes, I'm always like, oh God, was that good? And then like I sit on it for like a week and then not edit it. I'm terrible at that stuff. So check out I Want My TV Now. There's several toy reviews there. I'm really proud of my Universal Monster toy review. I did a lot of research, even though there's some snafus in there. I think I pronounced one of the toys wrong. Someone got after me in the comments of that. They're like, you pronounced the toy's name wrong. I'm like, well, I didn't look into the toy that much to see how it was pronounced. So there's that. And then check out the pilot podcast. The first one is how we talk about like the pandemic and what we've been listening to, podcasts, movies, things like that. Episode 2, I believe, is Last Action Hero. That we go in depth. That's almost like a commentary track. So I highly suggest The Last Action Hero. And then there's a third episode, we did Constantine. That one I felt was a little bit weak, but it did work. It was a good episode. And then the fourth episode was most recent, where we just, you know, spitball. We just talk back and forth, sort of like this, where we just went topic to topic. So I think that was good. Let's see what you guys say. Oh, Professional Human. I liked your podcast. Oh, thank you, professional human. See, he's a professional human. He gives compliments. So, anyway, you should also check out Luke Coons. He is amazing. He did he wrote something for like a podcast. I'm sorry, Luke, I didn't listen to it. But there's like some Blackbeard thing that you made about a podcast, and it turned out pretty good. I think it got like a lot of views or something like that. It was great. Luke, I know you're laughing. Listen, I'm a simpleton. I just listen to Billy Burr and watch Red Letter Media. That's all I do. It's called Short History of. Yeah, this will be my prompt. Just type it up, Luke, and I'll read it. I'll sound professional. Okay, so what's another thing I could touch on? Oh yeah, I got the Zack Snyder cut yesterday. I got that in the mail. That's cool. Came with the Blu-ray and the 4K. I'm always iffy about 4K. I don't know if it's my system or my player, but every so often I get like the color stuff on the screen and I don't know if it's the disc not working or maybe it's the player or maybe it's the cord. I have no idea. I'm not a huge technical person, but sometimes like the 4Ks mess up. And I'm like, why? I only watched it once. Jacob just sent something. I'd love to see a third Frozen film made. No songs in there. Just blood, gore, and violence. No, that sounds weird. I don't like that idea at all. Oh yeah, so just to explain, so Jacob keeps saying that I was going to do a third Frozen video called Frozen Refrigerated, which is not true. I'm going to call it Frozen Refrigerated because I never liked that title. My original idea for a third Frozen YouTube poop was going to be called Frozen Unthawed Rises, just to make fun of Christopher Nolan, how he called The Dark Knight Rises. You know, how you use the title of the one that made the most money and then you just add rises to it. That's what I was going to do with Frozen. And that one was supposed to be about the short, or you call it Frozen Fever. This is way before Frozen 2 and stuff like that. But yeah, I did see Frozen 2 and I did have some ideas, but it just felt like, I don't know. It's just past me. It's past my time. I can't do YouTube poops anymore. Nolan, hack fraud. Yeah, I'm just not into making those kind of videos anymore. I'm older. I don't think the same way. Because those videos are literally almost 10 years old now. It's crazy. And I think the last one I legitimately made was in 2013. Because all the ones that came out in 2014, that early part, were made in 2013. So there was like a few years between, was it 2011 and 2013 where I made those YouTube poops. So that's a good 3 years where I just made those. Don't get me started on Frozen 2. Yeah, Frozen 2 is like, it totally backpedaled. Where it's like, no, Elsa needs to be by herself. Yeah. Although I did cry when Olaf died, like an idiot. I still liked it. Although I thought it was weird for the release date. It's basically about like taking the land from the indigenous people and then, you know, taking credit for it, you know, like revising history. And like you released this movie on Thanksgiving with that plotline. That's pretty bold. So how long have we been going? Like 13 minutes. Okay. When we hit the 30-minute mark, I'll probably leave. This is just my lunch break. Lunch break with Frank. You're tuning into Lunch Break with Frank on Chief Brody Rules channel. I'm working as I'm listening to this. Exactly. I'm working on it. So right now I'm on the middle of my lunch break because I got to go to work on something at like 1 o'clock. So it's easier just to have lunch way before then. Oh yeah, Luke, the reason why I keep saying with Luke whenever I see your stuff is because that Explorer is totally not visible or readable. It just says with Luke, so I'm always like, with Luke! Because it cracks me up, because you can't see Explorer. It's basically invisible. So, I don't know if you need to make that bolder or whatnot, but that's why I always say, with Luke! And I don't know if you understand. I just feel like you're like, oh yeah, he's with me. I'm like, nah, I'm talking about your logo, man. And your watermark. So I said, Jay, just make it bolder. It's true. No, I got it. Okay, you got it. Okay, good. Because there's some people out there who just like don't get inside jokes or whatever, or what I mean. God, I remember with someone. Oh yeah, I should talk about that. That's a little funny story. So someone on Twitter like got after me because I said something about DC, and they were like, "Well, Marvel's beating them." I'm like, I didn't even mention Marvel. It has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. He says, "Yeah, it has everything to do with it." And then he like totally got angry with me, and then blocked me, and I was just like, what the hell was that? It literally felt like that scene from the movie Ghost, where that ghost is teaching Patrick Swayze, and then the ghost has like, because he's mentally disabled, he's like, "Who are you talking to, dude? Stop talking to me!" And like jumps off the train. That's exactly what happened between me and that Twitter user. I was like, I didn't even say anything. I didn't even mention Marvel. It has nothing to do with what I was talking about. It was just like a wider idea. And then he was like, "Why do you follow me? Why am I following you? Stop it! You're blocked." Totally insanity. Is like, what's wrong with you? So something was definitely wrong with that fellow. And it didn't make sense to me why he blocked me and whatnot. I'm sure some people kind of remember that. Hang on, let me see the comments. What's going on here? No, it's true. I got it. I love inside jokes. Someday. Oh my God, Luke, nerd, quoting The Office. Oh my God. I remember at the time when The Office was on, it was like so cool. Like, hey, have you seen this like cult show called The Office? You know, it's like something really cool. It's like I just seen it the other day, and I didn't start watching until like they were showing reruns of season 2. And my first episode was The Office Olympics. I'm like, oh my God, the show's so great. And then after a while, the show sort of got too big for its britches. Like it's having like freaking James Spader joining the show. Like that's crazy. Like a big star like that, and Jim Carrey, Will Ferrell, Idris Elba. Yeah, it just got huge. But now it's sort of like a nerd show. I like, not nerd like I'm going to shove you in a locker, but like, you know, comedy nerd kind of thing. Sort of like a good example of comedy nerd stuff would be like, oh God, Monty Python. Like Spam, or what is your name, Elderberry? Like to me, that's like comedy nerd stuff, or it's just like, ooh, that's its own. It's like, Britain are suddenly getting into it and much. Oh my God! So it's like the movie in The Social Network. You have Facebook in America? Do you have The Office from America? Thank you, Luke. So you guys are finally getting into the U.S. Office. Meanwhile, it's been through 10 seasons and off the air for like 5 years over here. Let's see what Jacob's saying. Stranger Kaiju starring Millie Brown. Nope, not doing it. Not doing it. Britons. So, Luke, what are you working on? Let's promote your stuff. Again, so you see in the comments here, Luke Coons is a professional human, Twitter artist, Instagram artist, all-around Renaissance man. They are snobs here, devoted to Ricky's version. Ricky, oh my God, Ricky Gervais. Well, that's a guy that's hit or miss for me. Like, some things are funny and some things I'm like, yeah, you're just mean. We're at the 19-minute mark. We're almost to the 19-minute mark. So we've got about 11 more minutes, probably 5 more minutes, because I got to eat my pizza, and I'm not going to eat my pizza on air. Right now, I'm almost done with my little simple foods. For lunch, you know, just to help me lose weight and whatnot, I have a sugar-free applesauce, a Jello, and then like a little fun yogurt that you can put like little chicken. Oh, not chicken. Oh my God, that's gross. A fun yogurt where you put like chocolate chips in there. And then you have pudding, 0 sugar, and then low-fat yogurt, and then another little Jello, like those little cups. And that's what I've been on, with 0 sugar, and it still has some sort of flavor. And I don't have to worry about fruit going bad or whatnot, or vegetables. Vegetables. And then I have, I finish it off with Aline Cuisine Pizza. I'm afraid to look at the ingredients. Something tells me it's all made out of vegetables and whatnot. It tastes like pizza. It looks like pizza. I don't want to know what's in it. Yeah, because I'm afraid I'm going to look at it and it's going to say, like, made out of cauliflower or something like that. Let's see, what are the comments going on? Schnobs here. The only thing I could promote is the podcast. Oh, Luke Coons. Luke Coons is my favorite. Just because whenever he talks about movies, it's usually complaining. Even though I know he does like movies, it's always like, well, they're doing this again. I was like, yeah, Luke, but it's not for you, you know? It's not for us. It's like that 2016 Ghostbusters movie. It's like, it's not for us. It's not for us. Just don't watch it. It's not for us. And like he was saying, like, that Matrix movie, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Luke, nobody likes the Matrix past the first one. There are a handful, like Phil Dragish. He'll die on the hill with the Matrix. Like I feel like he'll be plugged into the Matrix when he goes. He'll become a lithium battery, just like Neo, because he loves the Matrix so much. But like, yeah, no, like the Matrix. I feel like, oh yeah, let's go on a rant about the Matrix. So this morning they released the Matrix trailer, and it's like 2 minutes and 58 seconds, and I was like, whoa, no way. At first, but of course I haven't watched it. But whenever I see a trailer that is almost 3 minutes, I think two things. I think, oops, it's in trouble, because whenever a studio shows way too much of a movie, it shows uncertainty. I feel uncertainty. Like that movie, Immortal Engines. Remember that weird concept movie with the big giant moving cities on like trains or whatever? I think that was like a 3 minute trailer. The one that stands out to me the most is Green Lantern. They showed like 7 minutes of footage from the Green Lantern movie, and people still didn't see it and flopped. I think Jupiter Sending had 3 minute trailer. The movie Pan had a 3 minute trailer. I'm just going by memory, and my memory's not that good, so I could be wrong. But to me, 3 minute trailers are just like, yeesh. You got to show 3 minutes of the movie. Like an exception slash example too is Man of Steel, because Man of Steel didn't do huge numbers, and that had like a 3 minute trailer. So I just feel like it just shows uncertainty of the project. Like, oh, this is a huge concept. We gotta show a lot of the footage. So that was the first thing I thought of when I saw that 2 minute mark. And then after watching the trailer, I was like, oh no, no. So my theory is the reason why the first Matrix works is because it had guidance. It had people saying, well, you can't do this. We got this much money. No, I could negotiate this, but we can't do that. We got to cut that sequence out. Or can we do this? But can we do it practical? We can't use CGI for this. It's going to cost a lot of money. So that was my idea of how the first Matrix, was successful, because they found out how to, work with their boundaries, work with their limits. And I feel like with Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Resolutions, Matrix Resurrection, the new one, it just looks like a blank check movie where they're like, we'll give you whatever you want. Okay, you're fighting for that, we'll just give you that, And it's just a bummer. It's just a bummer. They're fighting too much, or they're adding too much to the movie. And meanwhile, if they were limited and were told like you have to stay with these boundaries, I think it would be a very good movie. There's several directors where I think that, in their prime when they were limited, they were really good. Like to me, Michael Bay. Michael Bay is another huge example of like back in the '90s, he had Jerry Bruckheimer, holding him in, like with The Rock, Armageddon. Silly movies, granted, but he was like wrangled in, even with like Pearl Harbor. Silly, I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. I have nothing to say about it, but he was wrangled in. And then when he started to get let loose after like Bad Boys 2, and Michael Bay went full Michael Bay, he didn't have that guidance anymore because he had the blank check in so many successful films. He didn't need that guidance anymore. I just feel like some directors need that guidance. They need to be thirsty still. They need to be hungry. They have to earn, become a good movie or whatever. That sort of happened with Zack Snyder, where like he had so many successful comic book movies, and they gave him a blank check for Justice League, and the studio got scared, even though Justice League would have been miles ahead of the Marvel Universe if they had released Justice League and didn't get cold feet. Like if they released that movie the same year with like Black Panther and what was the other one? Infinity War? It'd be like, whoa, man. Like they were doing like Lord of the Rings type stuff with the storytelling in this Zack Snyder movie, the Snyder Cut, and I thought it was so cool. Of course, it would have been shorter, but if they're releasing movies like Fast and Furious, where it's like 2.5 hours or almost 3 hours, it's like, why didn't they do that for Justice League? It doesn't make sense to me. And that's that Justice League rant right there. I originally talked about Justice League in our pilot podcast, but I cut that section out. Let's see what else we got home. So Franklin, any new toys bought lately? Luke, have you not seen my toy page or my Instagram? I post all my toys there. Like literally, if I buy them, I post them there. So I'm not going to talk about that here. Let's see. 2016 wasn't for anyone. Phil, he so will. I also had a stolen story. Oh, Luke, are you talking about the Matrix of the stolen story? Oh my lord, everything's stolen. Didn't I tell you about? Okay, so yesterday on my stream, I explained that my Watchmen idea was stolen because I pitched the idea years ago about how cops were attacked at home So they had to get secret identities and start wearing superhero outfits just because they were attacked. And then 5 years later, Watchmen comes out, same plot line, like too close, like on the nose, like someone heard my story. Like I was like, there's too many details here that are like lining up. What about Godzilla King of Monsters 5-minute IMAX trailer? One of the you see now that's different. IMAX trailer is different because it's IMAX. Let's see, lead me, guide me, Xavier. But Frank, what about Picard season 2? Nope, ran about that. Fast and Furious Profit. Yeah, the thing about Fast. Okay, so here's another thing I was thinking about. If you were to release Justice League back in 2017, think about that cast. It is way diverse. Like, Black Panther was just coming out when you had a cyborg story like this in Justice League. That's insane. Like, just think about that. Like, you have Cyborg, almost the lead of the Justice League movie, and they're finally making a Black Panther movie. And you have Arthur Curry there, you have Gal Gadot, you have the Atom, you have like different people, different races coming together to team up, and that is so cool. And that was way ahead of the game. That was crazy. We're at the 25-minute mark, so I'm gonna wrap this up because I gotta eat my pizza. So it's been fun talking to you guys. I might keep doing this for my lunch break, although it's kind of dangerous because I almost choked on Jello. So I do like the streaming thing because I could just ramble and rant. And as I referenced yesterday, this reminds me of when Charlton Heston is doing his space rants into his machine where he's like, "I feel lonely." And it's perfect. It's perfect for my lunch break because I can talk about all this nerdy shit. Because if I talk about this with anybody, everyone's eyes just go glaze over and they have no idea what I'm talking about. So it's good to talk to you guys, just to ramble and rave through these comments. Let's see. But yeah, it's been good talking to you guys. Talk again soon. Tweet me, Luke. Instagram me, Luke. DM me. We got to talk about this stuff. Oh yeah, and like all my toys I bought. So there you go. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.